Hi there. Welcome to Guitar Media's Epiphone versus Gibson SG video. We're here today to take a look at this Epiphone Special SG model and the 1969 Gibson SG Standard. And this is a great story. This is a real special treat to be here with these two guitars today, but it is a long story. So if you want to go straight to the playing, I'll put it on the screen the time that the playing starts. But for me, it's actually the 69 SG is the story that goes back quite a long time. I was actually in a music store and I saw a red 335 hanging up on the wall, and it was a 1997 Gibson ES 335. Well, I ended up buying it, and it needed a tweak on the neck, but I ended up buying it after we tweaked the neck and straightened it out. I was over at a friend of mine's house named Neil, and he had a 69 SG back in the closet, and he didn't even know what it was, what year it was. And we were playing, he had like a 1969 or 70 Bassman, and it was a 215. We were playing it for a little while, and I thought, this 97, it had the 57 Classics, and it was a red 335 stop tail like the one Clapton played. And I thought, man, this is nothing like a good guitar. It just sounded like a cardboard box. Like, I had my 67 Telecaster there, and it was just sounding so much better than that guitar. And Neil said, hey, well, how about you try this one? I got this old SG in the closet. And so we plugged it in, and it was absolutely night and day. The 69 SG just sounded so much better than the 97, 57 Classics. It was just absolutely no comparison. And probably one of the best humbucker sounds that I had ever heard. And then after researching it later, we found out that it was a 69, and it could even have been a 70, but the pot's dated to 69 on his guitar. Well, so anyways, years and years down the road, I actually run into a couple of blues breakers that turned out to be fakes. Well, a friend of mine, we had actually gone to Carter's Vintage, and they had a 69 SG Custom 3 pickup there, and Dave took me there. He wanted me to check the guitar out for him and make sure that it was a legitimate guitar. And after checking it out, they were able to confirm that it was oversprayed. Well, so we ended up buying the guitar, and then years down the road, I actually figured out that my blues breakers were fake. And then when I did, I was going to sell them, and he's like, well, I'll tell you what, I'll trade you the blues breakers for this guitar. And so I ended up getting my first 69 SG, which is the custom, which was absolutely a great guitar, and we used it on a lot of recordings, and it really nailed the Freebird tone in the studio, which absolutely blew my mind. I mean, I was totally amazed by that. I mean, sounding really just like the studio cut. But anyways, I ended up having to sell my 69 SG Custom, and I actually traded it for this guitar. I traded it for this guitar and a 71 Telecaster. See, what had happened is the financial situation on YouTube just didn't work out. And we weren't, I had to do something because I just really didn't have time to make YouTube videos and continue working and making YouTube videos. Because YouTube videos, surprisingly, when you consider the amount of editing that goes into a lot of these studio productions, it really takes it's like a full-time job. Well, so anyways, I was gonna sell the SG Custom in order to invest in rental properties, real estate and rental properties, to get me like sort of a side income, because the YouTube thing didn't work out. And it was financially, it's really rough financially. YouTube, they said that they were going to pay, and so it turns out they did actually pay, and then they made this new standard that you had to have 1,000 subscribers to get, compensation for ads. And I did get 1,000 subscribers. After they stopped paying, then they started paying again. And then more recently, they stopped paying again due to inactivity, which of course, my accounts weren't as active during the times of the renovations of the rental properties and just getting that whole thing off the ground. But anyways, back to the story. So I was going to sell the 69 SG Custom to invest, and I wasn't able to sell it, but was able to trade it for this guitar and the 71 Telecaster. Well, so it turns out that my dad was nice enough to trade me a boatload of gear for the 69 SG, so I wouldn't be forced to sell the 69 SG, so we could hang on to it. And the 71 Telecaster, actually ended up selling it to Jimmy Wallace along with my Gibson ES 355, which was a big help, as well as the trade that my dad did. Well, so, somewhere in the beginning of the time of the investing in real estate properties and renovations, my dad actually picked up this SG, God knows where, which just turned out to be a fantastic guitar. I actually was able to play it up against my 69, and although this guitar doesn't sound quite as good as a Gibson, I'm really impressed with the sound. It has a great crunch sound, and it does harmonics and sustain, and it has good frets, which actually make it more fun to play than the 69. Of course, it doesn't sound as good as the 69, and for studio recordings, the 69 really just sounds a lot more better and a lot more accurate to classic guitar tones. But I guess, like I said, you'll notice in the video and the demonstration. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the demo. Thanks for watching, and check our channel for our latest videos.